Yeah, so we are so cooked. We are absolutely cooked. Like, I'm talking about the end is near cooked. Guys, I cannot believe the things I'm seeing, but hey, it's just the world we live in right now. Another day, another Gen Zer destroying society and the world around them. You know, so a lot of these youngsters are because they're lazy and they don't want to work hard for anything, they're turning to platforms like OnlyFools and OnlyFans. And what they're discovering on these platforms is that they can make a lot of money sometimes very, very quickly. And, you know, and that's that. But it's not so simple because these people are not able to really do math very well. Hey, you can make maybe, if you're really lucky, $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year. That's at the upwards end on OnlyFools and OnlyFans, but you're selling out your future for instant gratification in the present. There's so many young women who went from getting an education and learning advanced skills to turning to only fools and OnlyFans. I saw this post over on I saw this meme over on the Chow Time podcast channel, and this was really good. You know, this was really good. Red posted this, and I was like, huh, it makes sense. So this is basically how it started. How to make money trading at the YouTube video, how to make money trading at 6 years ago, and how it's going. I joined OnlyFools. You know, like that was her 6 years ago. This is her 6 years later. 6 years ago, she was teaching people how to make money trading at. 6 years later, she's hawking her wares on OnlyFools and OnlyFans. This is modern America, 100%. And it's just going from bad to worse. The Gen Zers are rapidly declining. Check this out. Gen Zer who started OnlyFools to make lots of money reveals she's completely broke. I feel I've lost everything, and yet she's still on there doing it. OnlyFools has become the get rich quick scheme for Gen Z, but one creator has shattered its illusion by revealing she's broke. The subscription website has taken off, and there are plenty of content creators, as they like to call themselves, who have made millions from selling not safe for work content, with some even becoming celebrities because of it. Australia's best example is Anna Paul, 25. She documented her daily luxury life on TikTok and has become such a mainstream celebrity that she was recently mobbed by young fans at the mall. So enter this joker. I'm completely broke. I lost my house and so this is 25-year old who goes by Cowgirl. Countless other creators have become social media stars known for sharing playful photos and videos and giving their followers a glimpse into what their lives, their lavish lifestyles are like. The phenomenon has disrupted the adult world and modern society, right? Is my partner using OnlyFools a form of cheating? Is a question constantly asked anonymously in women's Facebook groups. OnlyFools isn't treated like a taboo secret in people's internet search history. It is mainstream, and young women look up to the X-rated creators, and some think it's a way they could become wealthy too. Sarah, 25, started an OnlyFools account because it seemed like a straightforward way to make a lot of money. Initially, she says, I initially got into spicy work because I wanted to make lots of money and thought it was going to be an easy job. Notice the word easy, guys. That's a typical Gen Zer. She figured she figured she would do it for a few years and it would give her enough money to leave the industry and set up her own business. That's just like the adult industry. That's the adult industry. That's what all of these women in the adult industry always say. I'll just do it for a couple of years. I'll make my bag, and then I'm going to go to law school or med school, become a doctor, respectable member of society. Fast forward 20 years, they're drugged out, messed up, screwed up. They tried the whole again come to Jesus thing multiple times, and they're still not doing well. They've been on rehab with Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew's been there just ripping into them, telling them how disappointed he is in them, and they need to change their ways because they're not going to be here very soon. They've had too many damn run-ins. I mean, they could have the last time they OD'd, they should have went, but they didn't go, and they still haven't learned their lesson yet. This is where these people are headed. This is where they're headed, guys. You're gonna see Dr. Drew. All right, all these only fools idiots are gonna be sitting down with Dr. Drew and Dr. Phil, who's gonna be tell Dr. Drew has a rude mouth on him. It's a very rude mouth on him, and he's just gonna sit there telling these people like and you went and did this. And what, you didn't know crack cocaine wasn't good for you, huh? Huh? You didn't know? All right. This was a gateway. Only Fools was a gateway, and you're gonna have to take accountability and responsibility for what you've done here. Crying is not gonna help you with this one. All right, crying. You're gonna end up. You want to end up like Matthew Perry, because you're gonna end up like Matthew Perry. This is guys. This is where these people are headed. All right, so she figured that she would do it for a few years and it would give her enough money to leave the industry and set up her own business. You can't blame her. She's living in a world where she's constantly hearing about the crazy amounts people make each month from running a successful Only Fools account, you know. And of course, she has on her cross as though Jesus sanctions this somehow. Jesus is with the 304th. The reality has been completely different from what she expected. Instead of glitz and glamour, she's been barely scraping by. Good. In a recent TikTok, she shared that she felt she was failing in life and not making enough money. I'm completely broke. I lost my house, and yeah, I'm just kind of failing at life at the moment, she said. Sarah said the reality was enough to make her want to give up on her X-rated career and go back to working a 9 to 5. They won't take you. I feel like I've lost everything to do this job. This is not a job, it's a hustle. I've lost friends, I've lost family members, and I've made myself financially cooked. Yes, she cooked us in like she's like finished. All right. No one's gonna make you their wife except for a loser. Let's see here. It is a pretty unreliable way to live if you're not making six figures from OnlyFools. Your wage would be constantly chopped and changing based on subscribers, and creators are also in charge of sorting out their own taxes. Yeah, and guys, right now they're coming for people who do like $600. If you make $600, the IRS wants to know about it. $600. That's going to be happening next year. They've been delaying it over and over, but yeah, come next year, it's going to happen. All right, if you make just $600 anywhere, it used to be like if you get just $600, you know, on PayPal or Cash App or any of these places, the IRS wants to know about it. So these people are cooked because a lot of them don't pay their taxes, and the IRS is coming after them. And then the Justice Department is constantly investigating OnlyFools and OnlyFans for SA and CP. So they're cooked. They're cooked. And they're gonna come after these people too. A lot of these creators, like the pimps that created that platform, they already know that there's a cell. There's like they're not gonna get they're not going to get nice prison. They're not going to go to the nice club fed. They're going to put those scumbags in maximum security, maximum. Not because they are so dangerous violently, but because to punish them. The scumbags that created Lonely Fans and Only Fools. All right, and then they have their bottom chicks who work. The CEO. Like they always hire a female CEO. That's their bottom chick. That's the bottom chick that handles the other chicks, but she's still a chick. A chick is still a chick. So those idiots are gonna go to prison too. And then of course there are these women right here. The chick, these are the 304s that work for the company. They were all involved in it. All right, they were all involved in it. They're gonna go down too. All right, and a lot of these people are gonna go down, and the IRS is gonna help take them down too. Even though Sarah isn't succeeding in the industry, she doesn't blame it. This is my fault. I made a decision to do this. It's not the industry's fault, she said. She said there's an automatic assumption from her peers and strangers on the internet that because she makes X-rated content, she must be wealthy. The general societal opinion seems to be that adult work is easy money, but anyone who has spent substantial time in this line of work understands the oversaturation in the market and the amount of work required to maintain a fan base. Notice, guys, what she said: the oversaturation in the market. It is oversaturated. You see, guys, it's not like YouTube where you create content and they're just people constantly looking for different content, constantly looking for different content. Only Fools and Lonely Fans is capped by the amount of money that simps are willing to spend, are capable of spending. In points and periods of time like right now where people don't have a lot of money, the availability of that income decreases. Like these women don't seem to get it. They're completely living off the simps. And to make matters worse, the simp economy is moving overseas. I've shown you channels, like for example, one of my favorite channels is Poi, the Thai roti lady. And she makes content on YouTube, and basically her content is just her is just it's just her making roti, taking people on adventures with her while she's traveling. But yeah, she's been featured all over the place, and I you know I absolutely love watching her content because she's very interesting. She's recording right now as I'm making this video, and here she is. She makes thousands of dollars. She can make $5,000 a day in these streams because her sims are always dropping lots of money. And here she is, basically just making roti, working there, making roti, and that's her lifestyle. And people like her, people absolutely like her. And then there's Yuka Chan, right? I absolutely love Yuka Chan. I know Mayumi was like, Yuka Chan is so adorable, and this is Yuka Chan. Oh, Yuka Chan. She used to be a rickshaw. She used to be a rickshaw driver. Like if you can see right here, steak hamburger steak English challenge. So she does English challenges sometimes, right? And if, if we actually look into it, you can see that she's working hard compared to the 304s. She makes video like she went from like pulling a rickshaw, which is like pulling a carriage in Japan, to making her own content now. She's adorable. I became a ninja for a day. And like she does eat challenges where she'll eat food. For example, here we
Hi
go.
everyone.
And
Today
she's
my English
I watched this
friend
video
Ryan.
already.
So
And this is not one of
every
her best
day
ones,
we
but
said
she's
and
like,
cooking,
she'll
but
practice
today
English,
no cooking
and
because I'm
she'll
tired.
she works
Today
hard.
I
The simp
eat
economy is moving
Instagram.
overseas. The simps are going
Do you
overseas, and
know?
they're giving these women their
Kiname?
money because they feel like they're building
Kiname
a
is
much more
very
closer
fast
relationship. And these women are
Instagram
not there just
in the
taking their,
world. So
she said,
very
being on
nice
this robe.
comment
They're actually
and
creating some. They're
all
actually
the
entertaining
Instagram.
people.
This
Okay,
is
like I like Yuka. I really look
Yoko-chan.
at Yuka.
Today
Yuka is so
cook
cute, and these women are not
kiname.
messing around overseas. They're
I
learning English.
teach
They are
period
100% taking time to learn
cooking.
English, to learn the language.
Let's
Like,
go.
they can't,
At
the
first,
SIP economy is moving, and women wanted an easy life. So they thought they're going to go and, jump on Only Fools and Lonely Fans and make that money. And it's not working. It's an oversaturated market. And as a result, you're going to see a lot of these Only Fools idiots in the street, in the streets very soon, because, as soon as that platform gets shut down or they realize like it's done for them, they're cooked. Like this, like she just said it here, she's cooked. What's going to happen? They cannot return to the normal world, especially after making certain amounts of money. They're accustomed to a certain kind of lifestyle, and a lot of jobs won't even hire them because, like, oh, have you ever been associated with that platform? Yeah, you're not getting that job. Like many of you know that have worked for like even as contractors for certain industries. Heck, I worked in insurance, bro. I had to have like I had to have security level clearance to work in insurance. Security level clearance to work in insurance, because some of those accounts were for government agencies and giant companies like Microsoft that where we were handling like hundreds of millions of dollars. And you have to be trustworthy. Like once you're involved on Only Fools, Lonely Fans, like guys, she's like on an FBI list somewhere now. Like when you get mixed up in this platform, you don't realize it. Like you will never be able to do certain jobs ever again. All right, and she wouldn't want to. Like where are these women gonna end up? They're gonna be like, well, I can't. I'm $20 an hour is nothing to me. What am I supposed to do with that? If we lived in a fair society, we would all be getting $100 an hour. These idiot Gen Zers. So what's she gonna do? Only Fools leads to the streets, and the streets leads to Only Fools. So since Only Fools isn't going to be cracking if her going to be working out for her anymore, what's she going to do? She's going to go straight to the streets and make her money off the streets. So she's going to start shelling. She's going to become an evening delight and start shelling her wares in the streets. That's what all of these women are going to do. You're going to have a lot of them just out on the streets trying to make that money off the streets, because you have a lot of these women who make a couple of $1,000 a month, not a month, a day, shelling their wares, putting their wares in the streets. So that's where it's gonna go. That's where they're gonna end up. And then of course, the streets, Only Fools leads to the streets leads to the church, right? And then the church leads back to the streets. So stay out of the church and stay off the streets. It's a vicious cycle. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, you want even more of this content, consider checking out the Men Walking Away channel, linked in the description of the video. I release daily videos on that channel, so go check it out, subscribe to the channel, enjoy the content. What do you guys think regarding all of this? The end is near. The end is near. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, Men Walking Away, and cheers.